Hi everybody, welcome back to part 2 of the maths video. So like I said, first video was all about looking at different ways to compare our fractions. All I want to do is do one more example on how we would order fractions before I set you off on your merry way doing your fluency and your problem solving and reasoning. Okay, so let's just recap. When we were comparing fractions, step 1, if our denominator was the same, our bottom number, then all you have to do is just compare the top number, and the bigger top number, the bigger the fraction. Okay, 2/7 is more than 1/7. If you had the same numerator but a different denominator, you know that the greater the denominator, the smaller the fraction. Therefore, you could compare it that way. And finally, we looked at, well, what if we've got different numerators and denominators? All we need to do in that situation is we change it so we convert our fractions to equivalent fractions where they all have the same denominator. Okay, so ordering is exactly the same. Ordering numbers is just when we put them in order, either from smallest to biggest, biggest to smallest, etc. And so it's just kind of one extra step. Now, if we look at this first question, I'm going to start this one off for you. Okay, so we've got 5 different fractions. I can see that they've got different numerators and they've got different denominators. So I need to convert them so that they've all got the same denominator so I can compare them easily. Step 1, I'm going to find my lowest common multiple. I'm going to find the number in each of those times tables that I can convert them all into. Okay. Now, if you look here, I've done my 3s, my 9s, my 18s. Can you spot what the lowest number is in each of those lists? Hopefully you've spotted that 18 appears on all of my lists. So I'm going to change all of my fractions to being over 18 before I go on to my next step. So step 2 is convert to equivalent. So convert to the same denominator. So if we look here, 9/18 is already, that's fine, that's good to go. 1/9. If I convert 1/9 into 18ths, what do you do to 9 to turn it into 18? I'm going to multiply by 2, and I do the same to the bottom as the top. 1 times 2 is going to be 2. So 1/9 is now 2/18. All right. Then I've got 5/9. Why don't you guys pause me, have a go. Can you turn 5/9 into 18ths? Hopefully you went, well, we'll multiply by 2 again. So that'll be 5 times 2 as well. That'll be 10/18. 1/3 this time. We're not going to, for 1/3, what do we need to multiply by to turn it into 18ths? What do you think? Well, 3 times 6 is 8. And I do the same to the bottom as the top. So 1 times 6 is also going to be 6. Okay. So we've done this one, this one, this one. And then finally 8/9. Again, you guys have a go at 8/9 for me, please. Hopefully you've gone, aha, well, 9 times 2 will be 18. So I do the same to the bottom as the top. 8/9 as a fraction is 18ths is 16/18. Now I've got them all converted. So I've got 9/18, 2/18, 10/18, 6/18, and 16/18. Can you guys put them in order, starting from the smallest? Which one would go first? Right. Well, I would go 2/18 would come first. So I'm running out of room here a bit, aren't I? Let's do it over this and then I'll rub it out afterwards. So 2/18 would come first. Then the next biggest would be 6/18. Then it would be, so 6, I've done that one, done that one. Next one would be 9/18. Then 10/18, then 16/18. Now, it's really nice and easy once we've got them converted, isn't it? Now, the final thing, though, I'd like you to have a go at. I've written them out in their new form with their 18ths. I wonder if you guys could have a go at my final step. Let me rub this out so I've got some room to type it on. Step 3 is write out the order in its original form. So for example, instead of writing 2/18, write in 1/9. So step 3, write out the order in its original form. E.g., instead of 2/9, we'd write 2/18, write 1/9. Okay, see if you can have a go. If you want to pause me, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal what the answers would be. Okay, right, so we mentioned that this would be the order if we were just writing it out in 18ths. However, if I converted them back to their original form, this is what I'd get. Okay, so that's your final step, is just once you've got them in order, you then need to have a go at writing them just back out, just thinking, okay, well, what actually was that before I changed it? Okay, why don't you have a go at this next one? Now, the next one is different. You need to, oh, nearly revealed the answers there. I want you to put them in order from the biggest down to the smallest. So have a little go at that question. You've then got a little comparison that you can have a go at drawing by finding the equivalent, and then I'll show you the answers, okay? Right, so these are the answers here. The biggest fraction was 4/5, which would have been equal to 12/15, 11/15, 9/15, 4/15, and then 1/5, which is the same as 3/15. Okay, so they've converted them back. With this one, we wanted you to have a go at colouring it in and showing. Hopefully you would have seen that 7/25 would have looked something like this. You might have done it in a different order. 4/5 is the same as 20/25. Therefore, 4/5 is the greatest fraction. Okay. If you've had a go at that, why don't you have a go at our problem solving and reasoning? And if there's any of that that you're stuck on a bit, then just come along to one of our daily drop-in sessions. Okay. Have a lovely day, guys. Bye-bye.